What is up, you guys, and welcome to the Chosen League podcast, where fire sports content is the name of the game. I am your host, Devon. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time I upload an episode. Watch this video all the way to the end because I don't want you guys missing out what I have in store for you today. Breaking news: Brandon Aiyuk requested a trade from the 49ers. This is no surprise as to why Brandon Aiyuk has been frustrated with his contract between the 49ers. He's been itching, he's been waiting. He feels that he deserves a better contract, which he does, well deserved. He balled out in this previous season and he showed the 49ers why he's a valuable asset on this team. So, question for discussion: should the 49ers trade or franchise tag Brandon Aiyuk? Let me know in the comment section. But anyways, with Brandon Aiyuk in the 2023 season, he had 75 receptions, 1,342 yards, and 7 touchdowns. Now we know Brandon Aiyuk in those clutch situations, those big moments in the game. You may have a Debo Samuels who's the speedster, the power, the muscle of the team who can really get it going, the superstar. But then you also have the guy who does the dirty work, who actually the player that you know that is also reliable, Brandon Aiyuk. Brandon Aiyuk is that type of player. He's versatile. He really can get down the field, and really he's shown the 49ers in those situations in the game that when you need big yards, you need a touchdown, he's the guy to go to. Sometimes Debo is the primary guy. They're already gonna know what to do. So sometimes if Debo gets double teamed, you go to Brandon Ayuk. But anyways, Brandon Ayuk made some comments on the pivot about his contract, and this is what he said. It is what it is, Ayuk said on the Pivot podcast. It's a dirty game. It's a dirty game. So I just feel like for me, social media is a way for me and my team to leverage myself and to leverage what I'm trying to get because that's the way to get the message out there. So Brandon, like I said, Brandon Ayuk, he's obviously we know he's frustrated by his contract. He wants a new contract. He wants that contract like St. Brown, wide receiver from the Detroit Lions, that 26, 28 million, and he's worth it. But you also have to understand when it comes to the 49ers, the organization, the team, a lot of these teams have dealt with being over that salary cap and they don't want to go through that. So because of that, you also that's something to take into consideration. You got to look at they got Brock Purdy, you got Christian McCaffrey, you got Debo Samuels, you got George Kittle. So the most obvious reason that I would say is to franchise tag him. Because look at what happened with T. Higgins. T. Higgins, who is going to be a free agent in 2025, he was franchise tagged and he played throughout his years. And so they might not, at the moment, they might not have the necessary, the money to give him the contract he desires just to play that part, and they have to think about what if they do pay him this money. Does he still stay healthy, or are they going over the salary cap? There's other aspects to look at. So they probably not paying him yet because they don't want him. They don't want to go over the salary cap. They could possibly, like I said, use the franchise tag. But also, since he requested a trade, there are some landing spots for Brandon Ayuk. Number one, we have the Washington Commanders, and this could be a chance where he reunites with Jaden Daniels. They also played together in Arizona State in college, so that would be a great reunion. And also, they have some weapons over there too. They have Dotson, their other receiver, so that would be a great duo. See Brandon Ayuk and Dotson if that trade was to happen. Second, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers, and we know about the Pittsburgh Steelers and the great coach and Mike Tomlin, a Super Bowl champion. This is a team who hasn't won the playoffs in 7 years. 7 years they haven't won a playoff game. They haven't been victorious in the playoffs. Now you have Russell Wilson and you have a Justin Fields, Mason Rudolph out of the picture, Deontay Johnson out of the picture. You got a Najee Harris. You really have a team with the Pittsburgh Steelers, who are a team who are built to get into the playoffs and possibly make a deep run. So you gotta understand, yeah, that could happen. That would be a good fit for him. Then you have the New England Patriots. Don't see that happening because they're a team they're rebuilding. Mac Jones is no longer there. They got rid of Mac Jones. Bill Belichick no longer there. They're just rebuilding. Last but not least, the Detroit Lions. This is a team who are contenders that could possibly win a Super Bowl. And with the team that they have, you have Gibbs, you have Montgomery, you have a great quarterback in Jared Goff. You have St. Brown. So this Detroit Lions team, imagine St. Brown and Ayuk on the same team. There would be a two-headed beast. But there's already a two-headed beast here in with the 49ers. The 49ers aren't going to trade Ayuk. They're just not. I just don't see it happening, but if it was to happen, they have to they're gonna have to get something in return for Brandon Ayuk if this trade was to happen. So last but not least, Detroit Lions. But like I said, they know what Brandon Ayuk brings to this team. They know his value, they know his worth. But at the same time, I understand for him being frustrated about this contract. He deserves to get paid, but they might franchise tag him, y'all. They might franchise tag him. But anyways, that is all for today's episode. Once again, like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time I upload an episode. I'm Devon, and I'm signing off.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show.